Alright, out for an evening sit. It's October 24th. It's 3:45. It's about the same time I got up here the other day. This wasn't the stand I was going to hunt, but the wind is being a little swirly right now. I've had wind going that direction, I've had wind going that direction, I've had a little bit of wind going this way, which would be very bad. It's the one wind direction I don't want, but more consistently it's going like northwest or southeast, which is super weird to have pretty much the exact opposite winds. This property behind my house is a little bit more famous for that, just because there's a lot of hills and valleys. So I'm just gonna have to hope the thermals are gonna help me if anything comes on later on this evening. Now, we just had a big cold front roll through today. It was 70 degrees yesterday, and it's about 48 today, so a huge temperature drop. So deer should be up and moving. I did bump one coming in. It was a fawn. Buyers, I'm thinking it was a button buck, to be honest, because it was by itself. It was only a few hundred yards from the house. I actually bumped it twice. Thankfully, it never blew or took off like crazy. I watched it run off both times, and I really eased up here because, like I said, I was checking the wind, trying to figure out what stand I wanted to go to. And this is where I ended up. So this is the same stand I shot that doe about 2 weeks ago. So I hunted this stand on Saturday morning too, and saw 2 small bucks. So I'm hunting it more than I want to. I'd like to get out to a couple of the other stands, but it's still early. So we're gonna sit tight. It's a beautiful evening to sit. I just wish this wind would consistently do something, and hopefully in my favor. Hopefully it doesn't go consistent in the wrong way, and then I gotta bugger out of here. But so stay with me. If I see anything, I'll bring it to you guys. I just had a group about, I think it was 5 or 6 doe come by. They came from a direction that they usually don't come from in the evening. Came on my right, but a little bit more behind me. The first lead doe, she ended up picking up my ground scent and came within like 10 yards, but thankfully turned around and worked off. And then there was another mature doe, and I think she did the same thing, picked up my ground scent, her and her 2 fawns, and they started working up. I couldn't, it's pretty thick here behind me with pine trees, so I couldn't really film them. And she got within 10 yards also, but she came more on my left side, which the wind is blowing that way. And she just smelled something she didn't like. Thankfully, she didn't blow, and they didn't really take off. They kind of bounded off. And they started working around about 100 yards away. I could still kind of see them. So I had a feeling that was going to happen tonight, though, with this wind, the way it was swirling. You know, if deer came in, I wanted them just to come through and move through. So they hung around a little too long. But like I said, I don't think it was that bad. She never blew, which was good. And they did end up stopping and looked like they calmed down. So, but we got about a little less than an hour left. So we'll see if a buck gets up on its feet and moves through. Oh, that was intense. Just had another group of 5 doe. At one point, I think all 5 of them were within 20 yards of me. Somehow they never got my scent. The one doe, she kept putting her nose in the air behind me, and she knew something was up, but she just could not, for some reason, figure me out. I mean, they were on all sides of me. I had 2 of them literally underneath my stand. The one was smelling my ladder sticks. And of course, every now and then that GoPro won't connect. I have the wireless remote, and I couldn't get it to connect, or that would have been a really good video, but that was pretty cool. I could have took another doe. I have another permit. I'm kind of saving it for gun season, for when the boys are out with me. So, I mean, it seems like there's a boatload of doe up here. I think that's, I don't know, almost 12 tonight, if you count that one I kicked up on the way up. I'm just worried about trying to get out of here now tonight. I'm hoping they work off, but I got a feeling I'm going to spook them on the way down. So, bunch of squirrels around too. We'll see if a buck comes by, but that was been an amazing night, man. I'm telling you, you get these cold fronts, these big temperature swings, it's the time to be out. I know you can't fool a deer's nose, but I try to take precautions. I always play the wind, but, you know, I put my stuff in scent-free bags, and I take a scent-free shower, and I do think, you know, all that little bit helps. And I think that's proof right there. That many deer around me and not one blew, so it was pretty cool. Got about 20 minutes here, so I'm gonna probably wait until dark before I get down to hope these doe really move out. So we'll see. Still time for a buck to come by.